Mr. Secretary, again, thanks for being here, and we're looking forward to working with you across this myriad of issues that we have going forward. As I mentioned in my opening comments, I represent a lot of cotton farmers. I believe we had a very elegant fix to the issue with respect to cotton and the stacks program that didn't work. It should have been in the omnibus bill, but our colleagues, particularly two of them in the Senate, refused to see the wisdom of that, and for their own purposes and own benefit, didn't let that happen. So now we're left with the same wreck in cotton. I hope I can count on working with you across whatever tools that we have. Obviously, we think that cottonseed could go under the Title I program. There could be a lot of challenges with making that happen, and look forward to working with you either on that or other issues with respect to getting some help to offset what China and India has done to the market that doesn't allow our producers to compete properly. I'd like to turn now to the Trade Undersecretary that you've done, obviously authorized in the 14 Farm Bill. Thank you very much for seeing the wisdom of that. Can you talk to us a little bit about how you see your undersecretary working with the other array of trade entities, whether it's the USTR, Commerce Department, whoever that might be, and the role that undersecretary would play, not only in making sure the negotiations go the correct way, but also making sure that the administration keeps a close look on enforcement of the various trade things that we have out there. So could you walk us through your vision in that?
Certainly, I'd be happy to. Mr. Chairman, and before I get into the answer to that question, you know that you and I have had conversations. I was very pleased that the National Cotton Council came up with a very innovative and creative budget-neutral idea over their program, and it's very disappointing that we were not able to get that done. But we can look at the resolution in the 18 Farm Bill as you indicated. Certainly, as I went around visiting, I visited with really 75 of your members on the other side of the House, and I think trade was on all of their minds, really, because we're fortunate to live in a nation where we can grow more than we can consume, and that's the essence of trade, doing what we do well, and also it's also a noble endeavor to feed the world. Our new motto for USDA is do right and feed everyone, and that's what we want to do. We want to feed the hungry here in the United States, but we want to feed the hungry around the world. And our producers and ranchers have demonstrated a capacity to share and to do that. That's what trade's all about. I think in the 14 Farm Bill, you all recognize that and suggested very strongly in a Undersecretary for Trade. I happen to agree with you. Was not an easy thing to do. There were several components that had to come together, and we're working through those details right now. But we felt it was important because trade was almost number one on everyone's mind that I spoke with, internally, externally, in the Senate, and for those of you who commented as well. We've got to sell our way out of this supply-demand situation that are depressing prices in the U.S. now, and that's what we hope to do. We've seen some early successes of that, and we'll continue. The fact is, my opinion is that people do business with people, and I wanted someone every day that woke up with that on their mind. Where can I go to sell United States agricultural products around the world? Who's hungry? Who will buy? How can we do the deal? Now, our role at USDA is to provide the expertise, the content, and to the Secretary of Commerce, Secretary Ross, and to our new trade representative, Mr. Lighthouser, in order to be a triumvirate of sales. The Secretary of Commerce has a broader portfolio than we do at USDA, but that's the blending of trade. You do what you do well, and we sell you what we do well. So I've been very impressed with Secretary Ross and his really sinking his teeth into ag issues and ag products there, and we're very pleased with the progress that we've made so far. So we believe the Secretary of Trade will be on everyone's front door as often as can be. This guy's going to be a million-mile flyer around the world to be there in person, because we know that foreign interests love to see you in person. It's an honor for them, for us to come to their doorstep and call on them and say, here's my card, we want to do the deal. And that's important. We can do conference calls, we can do videos, but the presence is important. That person could not do that when they were also charged with the Farm Service Agency of having all these multiple offices around the country dealing with those customer-facing issues every day. So I felt very strongly that the segregation of that, having a Undersecretary for Trade, was vitally important to get the job done of selling these bountiful products.
Well, again, thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. I look forward to working with you. With that, I recognize the ranking member for 5 minutes.